I've known Des 30 years, and I know the day I actually first met him.
I've known Des for around 12 years.
Des and I first met over 21 years ago.
Well, I've known Des since about 2003 when I was appointed Chief Inspector at CSCI.
I've known Des since 2008. I was first introduced to Des by a number of NCF members who I met at a conference in Malta.
Well, we've known Des at WCS Care since he started at NCF because he apparently shared our offices with us at first.
I've known Des quite a long time, but I've worked with him actively since he became Executive Director of the National Care Forum in 2003.
I've known Des since 2010.
I've known Des for the last 4 years.
Well, I got to know Des when I first joined the Care Forum before it became the National Care Forum back in 2001.
I've known Des for 10 years.
I've known Des for longer than I realised. I look back through my diary and realise it's about 25 years.
I walked into his office, and I'm not sure I'm too proud of this, but I remember saying to him, and of course, it's really nice to meet you, but you know you will never be my boss. And within 3 months, he became my boss, and I think the rest is history, really.
Des is kind of always there. He always makes his presence felt. Des, even when you weren't there, I thought you were there.
Personally, we also share a great love of music, and he's introduced me to some great artists over the time as well.
I remember particularly how welcoming he was and how helpful he was in introducing me to NCF members and to just helping smooth my path along the way.
He lent me a book, which I've realised I've still got 20 years later.
In work terms, I'd say I'm Des's pen friend.
Des took me to the railway station in a wonderful purple car that I think he had at that time.
Well, Des, you've been a fantastic support to all of us chief executives over the years. You're quite genuinely the most well-informed, knowledgeable person that I know of within the sector. You've made connections for us all, and you've supported us during the good times and the bad times.
Look, I'd like to thank Des on behalf of SAGE and the whole Australian aged care industry for opening up the doors of the UK as a platform for international learning and collaboration.
At a personal level, Des is one of the people whose opinion I trust. I can always rely on Des to give a very sane, sensible, rational and professional view of where the sector is.
Well, personally, I have to thank him for making me the director of my home life, along with Tom Owen, and for the many personal accolades that have resulted from that.
Des, you and I have met regularly to talk about issues affecting the sector, and you've given me some really helpful insights. You've supported me and Skills for Care with a number of practical ambitions.
I think the main thing that I think everybody would like to thank Des for is his long-term commitment to the sector, to residential care in particular. He's got a good blend of practice and good thinking, and I think we're all very grateful to the contribution he's made.
The National Care Forum is really on the map, very much because of your leadership.
Des has been a real champion for partnership working.
There have been so many achievements which Des has delivered for NCF. I think he has really positioned the charitable sector and made people understand that it provides really high quality care.
Now, what he's done, very importantly, is not simply to speak up for small organisations and not so small not-for-profit organisations. He's actually had them listened to, and I think that's the key thing. Plenty of us can claim to speak on behalf of others. It's a question of whether anybody ever bothers listening when we speak, and the one thing I would say about Des is that when he speaks, it's always worth listening to.
So I think one of the biggest achievements for the National Care Forum through Des's hard work has been to be seen as a credible voice for the not-for-profit sector within adult social care. I think when people want to have some input from that sector, they know who to go to, and that person is Des.
I think as chairman I can claim a few last words. Without Des, the organisation wouldn't have been formed in the way that it has been, shaped in the way that it's developed, and as productive an organisation as it is today.
Thinking about what we've got to thank Des for, I've landed on a succession of Ps. So Des has been a practitioner, he's been a provider, then he's become a policy maker, and he's had to work with politicians. But the main thing about Des is he's always put the people who live in our services and work in our services at the heart of what we do. And I think that's been an amazing contribution to the sector that we've all got to thank him for.
Thank you, Des, for your support and friendship over the years.
NCF is the first organisation I've really enjoyed coming to every day, well, most days, and that's due to working with a great team and yourself at the helm.
On a personal level, I just want to say to you, thank you. Thank you for your belief. Thank you for the opportunities. Thank you for walking with me and talking with me. Thank you for being an amazing mentor.
Good luck with the future, Des, and anything you decide to do, I know you'll do well. Best wishes to you, Des, for the future.